Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. This is part 2 of chapter 11. I'm losing track. And we were going to get into the ways that we can find solitude to kind of recharge so we don't crack under the pressure of life. Alright, so the first one, get up early or stay up late. I know it may sound simplistic, but it works. I do know at certain times in my life I needed every minute of sleep I could get. When I struggled with sickness or when I was the nursing mother of a newborn who woke up several times each night. But during the so-called normal times of my life, I find that foregoing 15 to 30 minutes of sleep in order to appear before an audience of one is more than worth it. Number 2, swap spaces. If you want to be alone with the Lord for a longer stretch of time, consider finding a friend who has the same desire. And then, trade places and spaces. You go to her house when she is not there and spend 2 or 3 hours alone and quiet. She will come to your house and do the same. Now, this works well if neither of you has any young children that need to be watched during the day. When I had little ones around my feet, here's what worked instead. I would watch my children and the children of my friend at her house while she went to my place for some quiet. The next week, we did the opposite. She corralled all of the kiddos and had a fun day with them at my house while I went to her home for some quiet reflection. Going to the other person's house for your time alone is imperative. You are less likely to get distracted. When you try to do this at home, you spy the dirty dishes or know there is laundry to be folded or a junk drawer just screaming at you, "Organize me!" Removing these distractions allows you to clear your mind and center your soul on your time with God. Number 3, find a noisy coffee house. It is a mystery to me, but also a truth. Somehow, the clanking dishes and noisy espresso machines at a coffee house morph into white noise while I am sitting there reading and praying. I do not get distracted, and I actually find it fairly easy to focus in a busy coffee house. Not so much with one that isn't very busy. When there are long stretches of quiet and then just one person comes in the door, I get distracted by their conversation with the barista. But busy creates a buzz. The humming of the noise drowns out the distractions, and I am able to focus. I know I am not technically alone, at least not physically. But somehow I am all alone in my thoughts. I feel able to concentrate. I not only can read the Bible, I can study it carefully. I can write papers in a journal or spend time memorizing Bible verses. Yes, smack dab in the center of the coffee house commotion. Number 4, pretend it is 1992 or 1991 or whatever year works for you. Just go back to a time when there weren't as many electronic distractions. I teasingly threatened my son and his friends that one day this summer I am going to declare it 1981 day at our house. No cell phones. If they want to communicate with someone, they can use my landline. No cable TV. They may only watch the 3 major networks just like I did in 1981. No video games or iPod. I still have a trusty cassette player they may use, and they can always turn on the radio. I'll give them 3 stations to listen to like I had then. And there was no such thing as a computer or laptop or iPad, just beloved books. If they are arguing about Michael Jordan's basketball statistics, they can't Google it on one of their phones to prove each other wrong. But I do have a nice set of encyclopedias they may use for research if they'd like. We need to time travel sometimes too. Unplug and unwind. Declare a fast from these modern electronic conveniences. Shut them down. Don't let them bleep or buzz. Just enjoy a day or a few hours in blissful, gadget-free quiet. Number 5, check out local retreat centers. Just 10 minutes from my home in a fabulous retreat center, owned by a particular denomination but open to anyone. It isn't anything fancy, just a large brick and cinder block building that looks much like a college dormitory from the 1960s. However, its lovely grounds are full of grape arbors, rolling hills and meadows, apple and peach orchards, and breathtaking perennial gardens. Benches and picnic tables are scattered about, inviting all who visit to sit and just be still. Inside the building are primitive yet pristine rooms for rent at $25 per night. Or if you just want to spend a day on the property, either outside or inside the building in one of the beautiful lounge areas, the library or cafeteria, you may come from sunup till sundown for free. This retreat center has been a lifesaver for me that does not break our budget. Number 6, split a hotel room with a friend. What does it mean to split a hotel room with a friend? You arrange for early check-in and late checkout. You will use the room from 1 p.m. when you check in until 9 o'clock that evening. Then your friend will join you for a sleepover. You'll enjoy some snacks and visit or catch some TV before turning in for the night. The next morning, you will get up at 6 a.m. and share breakfast in the hotel. Then you take off. Your friend now has the room until late checkout at 3 p.m. This way, you can each get an 8-hour span of time to be alone. Number 7, go outside to a secret spot. Sometimes it isn't always possible to get away for a whole or even a half day. Maybe all you have is a few minutes. If this is the case and weather permits, consider going outside. Create your own special or secret spot in your yard. At the back of our property, we have a line of pine trees. Last summer, I purchased a lovely stone bench and freestanding folding hammock at an end-of-season clearance sale. The stone bench sits in front of the line of pine trees, a serene place to sit and contemplate for a moment. Or I might take my Bible out with me to read a passage or two amid the chirping birds and sounds of neighborhood children playing. The collapsible hammock is tucked away inside the patch of pines. Sometimes during the day, I will steal away for just 10 or 15 minutes and go lie on the hammock in the shade of the branches and pour my heart out to God. Just getting out in nature for a snapshot of time refreshes my spirit. However you do it, once you get away and alone, how should you spend your time? What should you pray about? What is the best thing to do during retreat times to restore your soul? I find that even though reading the Bible or spending time in prayer or even reading a great classical book of the faith is just what I need, more often what I really need is a deadheading session with the gardener of my soul. Deadheading? What is that? We will find out tomorrow in part 3. Hope everybody had a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.